everyone, this is Amy. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to go ahead and do a quick video showing you another round brush design on this green glass bottle. It's a large Jägermeister bottle. I have cleaned it off. It's one I use in a lot of my videos. So as far as coverage goes, if it's not perfect, I'm just showing you how to do the design if I were actually selling the bottle. Alright, I am going to be beginning to use in this design two Amagic round 10 and a 10. Then I'm going to go to a number 6 liner brush by Princeton and my Wistonia fine liner and a dotting stylist. Whatever you use for dotting, you can use it. You don't actually have to have a stylist. I am also using FolkArt paints, I always do. Mine between multi-surface and enamels. I am using Thicket, Warm White, Copper, which is a metallic, Pure Orange, and then I'll be using a little bit of the Yellow Ochre. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I'm doing, and I might want to put a little bit more paint on my palette here, is I'm going to be using the to create the petals. And I'm just trying to think what I used, because I did a couple different designs at the same time. And I'm thinking, I don't know what I used. Oh, I do know what I used it for. Okay. Because I have the number 10 brush. I'm going to tap in the centers. So if you want to use something else to tap the centers in, that's fine. Up to you. Alright, so I'm just going to start at the top of the bottle and pull, top of the bottle and pull. Might even put in a little bit copper. And I'm just going to keep going as I go around. I'm sorry. That's the only thing bad about these brushes is they're so long and I just messed this part up. I'm just going to wipe it quickly off. Doesn't have to be perfect because remember we're going to be covering it, covering the center with paint. But for some reason this paint is acting weird. Alright, so I'm just going to go like this and just keep going around and just creating, pulling towards the center. But as I'm doing this, I don't want my petals to all look the same. I want it to be loose. I just want a lot of different colors. You know, I mean, using obviously, but I don't want it to be just like one color. That type of thing. I want it to be kind of mixed up here, like I'm doing. And I just went over that because it seemed like the paint was splitting a little bit. And just pull towards, add some more orange, and just keep going. You know, I was looking at this thinking, boy, this would be a perfect fall design. Very much so. And I want them to be, you know, different sizes. And if you have browns, I mean, obviously you could use whatever colors you wanted. To me, this is just more fallish looking. Not that I'm rushing fall, granted, I am not. And you see just how loose I am with this. I'm not being precise at all. I'm going back over the leaves, or the petals I should say, with different colors. I want it to be very kind of, I don't know how to say eclectic, but kind of, because I'm really am just having fun with it. We can go back here. Sorry guys, go back up here to this one. I didn't like how that one was looking. And then you can just, I kind of like to stagger them out a little bit so they're not like all lined. And keep pushing my orange in there. And keep in mind too, if you're new to my channel or you've been coming to my channel, I am here to create very simple designs not anything that's very difficult, because I want you to learn to paint. I want you to not be afraid to pick up a brush and paint. Alright, so I have my fine liner. I always stick it in the sun. I kind of pull it out and roll it. Do the same here, and I can go ahead and put it in, touch it with a little bit of the other green. And then what I'm going to do is just come up here, come out and about. And that a lot with my designs, but from the flowers, just pulling them out so that I can create not only stems, but I can also create something to put more leaves on. And the leaves I'm going to be doing on this are going to be different. You'll have to bear with me on that. I'll just see, you know, relax, put some good music on and paint. Or if you're into stuff like I am, not only put good music on, but put music on that actually will help you vibrate. So then with my leaves, I'm going to take my Princeton liner, just going to soak it with the Thicket. Then I'm going to come in here, I'm going to push the brush down, and I'm just going to kind of wiggle a little bit, because I don't want these to be like my other leaves. I want them to be very kind of rough, have ridges, I don't know how to say it. You know, just pushing them down, turn them a little bit, but I don't want them to be like my other ones. And you'll see what I'm doing here. Okay, push them down, kind of wiggle a little bit. I mean, if they come out rounded, they come out rounded. Not a big deal. But that's not really what I'm going for. Kind of unique shaped. And you'll be able to see them. Right now, the way I'm doing this, you're probably thinking, okay, I can't really see where she's going with this. But you will. I'm going to come here, kind of pull it out a little bit. I just want them all to be just kind of unique and not the same. Alright, then I can actually do some of these like coming towards this petal here. As you can see, I'm just kind of turning the brush a little bit. Just being a little wonkers, same amount. Now what I'm going to do is take the same brush, and I'm going to put some in, I'm going to put it into the Happy Green, and basically go back over, do the same thing. Put it in a Happy Green. I did not wash it off. I'm just filling it with paint and kind of doing just maybe a little splash of color. But I'm not necessarily wanting to cover the whole petal, but just a little bit, like that. Okay, coming here, doing the same thing. A little splash, just kind of touching it and pulling. And that way you can see them better, too. But, you know, for the most part, I never like to have things too much just one color, but some of it. And they're not all the same. They're all different. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, we're almost done. Thanks for sticking with me. I'm going to stick my liner paints, and then I'm going to take a few minutes here to go through and pull in, attach them to the stem, and then just pull them in. Trying to make sure I get them because I can't see all of them. The stem. I love this brush for adding the stems. I get to make them to where they crisscross over the stem and just have fun with them. And we'll go in here, here, and I didn't put one in there. We'll come over here. I'm just going to kind of wiggle it. I don't want it to be real straight. Like that. easy. And again, I hope you like this. What I really hope is that I'm encouraging you to try it. Okay, and you can come through here if you want to add some leaves into that part. You can do that too, you know, just kind of, you can do even more wiggly if you want. Putting a little color into it and then coming back through. And the one thing nice is, like, this isn't a certain flower. It's not a specific flower for somebody to say, oh, you don't do it like that. Hey, it's what I made. It's my flower, and that's what I'm doing. All right, so then the next thing I'm going to do is put my brush. This is the number 10 round brush, and I'm going to tap in a center. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. Very easy, right? Very simple. Tap, 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 tap. And do this one over here. Then I'm going to stick the same brush. I'm not cleaning it off even, and I'm just going to come in here and just kind of tap all this to get it to where I want it. And you can swirl it too if you want. And then I'm going to go back in with a little bit more of the yellow ochre. And this is just a very, again, this is a very loose center. And I want it covered, so I want to make sure when I'm pouncing that it's covered really well. And you can just work on your centers to get them exactly how you want them. But there you go. Very simple. Next thing I want to do is take my dotting stylus, put it into my paint. These are wet, so it's kind of hard for me to get the, it's not working very well. Let me see if it does with the bigger one. Maybe not. You might have to let them dry a little bit, but you can just tap in, just, I don't want to be too messy with it, but just sporadically tap in. Into the sun, avoiding them right now since they're very wet. I guess that on my paper I could do this, but it's not working very well on here. And I don't want these to be like real neat. I want them just to be, you know, they can be dashes, dots, like that. A bit more into the center of the flower. Right now I'm kind of tapping on the leaves because that's where I can get it. But anyhow, you get the gist. Alright, I hope you have a piece of home decor. Very simple. Alright, if you like this video, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. New to my channel, please subscribe, hit that notification bell. Prior to leaving, hit the share button that you'll find underneath the video. Very easy to share this on your social network with all your family and friends. Until the next time, please stay safe and healthy, and you have a good one.